Last State of the People Summit. At this time, the Our People Speaking plenary will feature speakers from throughout the Americas, raise the voice of marginalized and working people from across the hemisphere, sharing a vision for the future of the Americas based on cooperation, solidarity, and the right to live with dignity and well-being. Let's take a look.
Understanding for me around how policing and prisons are incorporated into kids' lives every day. My classmates and I were subjected to daily surveillance, checking IDs, metal detectors, wands, police officers in the schools, chains on the windows, bars on the doors, you name it, that was my school. I went to a zero tolerance school, which means that I got disciplined a lot for doing actually what I'm doing right now, which is running my mouth and speaking the truth. Today I have the privilege of serving as the National Director of BYP 100. And as my comrade spoke earlier, Kyla, BYP 100 is a membership organization of Black 18 to 35-year-old organizers, storytellers, educators, artists, healers, activists that are dedicated to Black liberation and freedom. And I'm letting you know that we constantly have to reiterate and bring the words of our ancestor, Fannie Lou Hamer, that we are sick and tired of being sick and tired. For the last 9 years, BYP 100 has been organizing, centering our work through a Black queer feminist lens. Now, this is the framework that we've decided to adopt because it's pivotal to uplifting who and what we are fighting for. Because we know if we uplift the voices of those that are most marginalized in our communities, that are most marginalized by the different crises that we have to face, everyone will benefit. We have a fuller story because of that. And while we hold Black queer feminism as core to our purpose and our vision, it is not enough. We commit today to moving our work from here on out through an explicitly socialist lens. It's lit. And we commit today to continue to study and struggle in service of the liberation of all people. Most recently, I had the opportunity, BYP 100 had the opportunity to be a part of a historic delegation of 100 youth activists from across North America to go to Cuba. And if there is one message that I take from that experience, it is that the revolution is inevitable. While the roots of racialized capitalism are strong and well-resourced, the revolution is inevitable. Every single one of you is an embodiment of the revolution because you are here. And the revolution is inevitable, whether it is in our lifetime, in our generation, it is inevitable. And why, you ask? The revolution is inevitable because of the outstanding and selfless work of doctors and scientists in Cuba. The revolution is inevitable because of the courage of Shireen Abu Akleh. The revolution is inevitable because of the rising up of farmers and protests across India. The revolution is inevitable because of the fight for reparations happening across the Caribbean and across the African diaspora. The revolution is inevitable because every single day workers are fighting for their rights across this world. The revolution is inevitable because Flint, Michigan still does not have clean water. The revolution is inevitable because Palestine will be free. The revolution is inevitable because my generation and the generation after me is divesting from capitalism and refuses to recognize capitalism as a legitimate economic system to support working people. The revolution is inevitable because we will eliminate student debt for all across this country. The revolution is inevitable because of the police divestment work happening right here in Los Angeles and across this country that is led by black women and black femme folks and black poor people and black working class people. We are the revolution. And because we are, the revolution is inevitable now. Just take a deep breath and say to yourself, the revolution is inevitable. Now find a neighbor and say, neighbor, the revolution is inevitable. Revolution is. Because now is our time. Now is our time to cheer and chant and sing and march and care for each other, but most importantly, to organize. Because the revolution starts today.
That was Atra Jackson, director of youth organization Black Youth Project at 100 during her speech at the People's Summit.